All right. How are you guys? A very good evening, everyone. Welcome to another session. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
So today's session is about Wonder Apps 1. Next session will be Wonder Apps 2. So in these sessions, what we'll do is we'll understand what is mobile application. Although you very well understand what is a mobile application, right? So we'll understand what it is, some of its background, some of its history, concepts which are related, and we'll create an application of our own. Nakul, what class you have at 4:30, Nakul?
So it's a maths, like a maths class.
Okay, fine. Right. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll discuss this topic. We'll go through a presentation, and later on in the session, we'll create an application of our own, very simple application. So has any one of you created an application before? A mobile app? No?
Yes, I kind of trying.
Okay. So what is that application on your mobile phone that you use the most?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. And what else? YouTube?
Yes.
YouTube has become our go-to application, right? Whenever you have to search for an old, maybe a sports video or any educational video, all we do is go on YouTube and search for that video, right? So the importance of these mobile applications in our life and their impact is huge. So this is what we'll discuss today. To start with, I'll take you through a presentation, a PPT, and then we'll move on to the activity. Okay. Right, you see a quote on your screen. The future of mobile is the future of everything. More so, it's become even more relevant, this sentence, in last 2 years, when our dependability on mobile phones and mobile applications, or even computer applications, have increased. And even in the times to come, our reliability, our dependence on these mobile applications will increase, right? So what we'll do today is we will learn about what are mobile applications. We'll take a look at its history. What is a mobile app and what is a mobile app development? What is the role of mobile apps in business? We will understand that. We will take a look at a few mobile application platforms. And lastly, we'll develop our own application through this MIT App Inventor. I hope everyone has installed that application on your phones.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. A lot of you don't have their videos on. Hridaya, Devanandita. Okay. So please have it on. Unless you're saving your data to go on YouTube after the session. Right? Okay. So this is what we'll do today. Let's start with the history of mobile apps, right? So as you know, a mobile application is a software application. What is a software? What is a software? Can anyone tell me that?
A set of instructions given to the computer.
To achieve a specific task, right? So yes, so in this case, we take a look at Zoom. Zoom is there through which we can achieve a specific task, through which we can have a video conferencing, through which we organize our classes, right? So Zoom is also a software. Take, for example, another famous Photoshop. Photoshop is also a software. All these things which are there to achieve a specific task is known as a software. So it's a computer generated program. It's designed to run on your iPhones, your Android smartphone tablets, and other devices. So if we take a look at its history, in 1994, IBM launched their first smartphone and they named it as Simon. Right? So the device on your screen came out in 1994 and it was launched by IBM. It's called Simon. and it had features like calculator, calendar, world clock, and contact book. Does it look like anything like a smartphone to you? Right?
Like it doesn't
Does it
look
look like
like
a
a
smartphone?
modern smartphone, but
No, it looks like one of those military satellite sets, not a smartphone, right?
yes,
So yes, but you have to remember, you have to keep in mind that in 1994 it was a big achievement. Just because we are in 2021, we might not consider this device as smartphone, but it was the first step. Okay, so here we have our Simon. Next, we have in the history of applications, EPOC, which was an operating system developed by Cyan for portable devices. And then what it did was it gave users programs such as word processor, spreadsheet, and so on. And in 1997, Nokia had introduced a Snake, a first mobile app. Can you see the Snake game? It's a very famous Snake game. It was part of our childhood. Do you remember this game? This Snake game? No? Okay.
So that eating the apple and then the snake grows, is that the one?
Yes, yes. You have to chase the target and the snake keeps on growing.
But we should not hit the
Right?
boundary.
Yeah, that's right. So Nakul knows it. Nakul knows it. So many of you might not know because it was in around 2003-4 that it was this Nokia, this particular model was very famous. And in 1998, Cyan Series 5 was introduced. Okay. Okay, and then in 2000, Sony Ericsson R380, it came out. What the unique feature about this device was that it had emails, right? So that was another very important step in the history of mobile apps. And after that, the evolution of mobile apps started. I hope I'm audible to everyone. I hope there is no disturbance in the background.
No, sir.
yes,
You're
you're
audible.
audible, sir.
Okay. And in 2014, a very important thing happened in the history of apps, that mobile apps overtook the PC internet usage. So there was more mobile applications which were being used in 2014 than PC internet. Okay. So if we take a look at applications today, we have applications for productivity, we have it for professional lives, health sector, and so on, right? And what's your favorite application? Mine is Zomato and Swiggy. What's yours? Huh? Can you name your favorite applications? No? WhatsApp, YouTube,
YouTube.
Google Chrome.
YouTube.
Google Chrome. Okay, it's a browser and it's an application. Yes. Right. So the emphasis that I want to lay on is that the impact of these applications in our lives is huge. Right. From ordering food to your work, to your health, to your workout routine, everything is being covered by these mobile applications. Right. So these are, a very regular part of our lives now. Now, after we had a look at the history of mobile apps, let's understand what actually is a mobile app. Right? So mobile application, in short form, we call it an app, and it's designed to run on a device like a phone, tablet, or a watch, or a computer. And we have apps for everything from food delivery, as I said, Zomato, Swiggy, to money transactions like Google Pay, Phone Pay, or whatever. All these things are, these UPI based platforms are, increasing day by day. Okay, so that is there. So as I said, these applications in our life and the kind of importance that they have in our lives is huge, and it's always going to increase in future. Okay, then what is mobile app development? What is it? Priyanka, your video has gone off.
Yes, I'll turn it on.
Okay, please have it on. Okay, so what is a mobile app development? what do we do here? Do you have any idea about what it is without looking at the screen? Do you have, what comes to your mind when you hear
We
mobile
make
app?
a mobile app.
Yes, that's right. Very simple term. We develop mobile apps. This is what mobile app development is about. So it's a process of creating software applications that could be installed on a device. Okay, so it utilizes a network connection with remote computing resources. And hence, we have mobile development process, which includes software bundles. So when I say software bundles, it includes your code, your binaries and assets, and all these things are combined. It's a very technical process. You have to learn a new coding language, all these things. It's a very complex process to develop a mobile app. And when you put these things together, then you have a mobile app. Okay. And there are certain steps which are there in development of a mobile app. These steps are somewhat similar to our design thinking session, right? You develop an idea, right? You come up with an idea. You think what about what purpose you want to create an app, right? If you don't have a purpose, then you won't be able to develop an app, right? The first step is to have an idea, have a thought, right? Everything starts with a thought. If you think about a particular purpose you want to make an application for, then you move on to the next step. Next step is lay out the details of the applications. How will the user interface will be, what will be the features, how will it be installed? All these things, all these details are part of second step, which is to lay out the details. Okay, and then we create the prototype of the application, right? If we create the prototype and see whether it's serving the purpose that it is created for, or whether does it have any faults, does it have any bugs, right? So if the prototype has some shortages, you can go back, fix those shortcomings, and then again create a prototype. And after that, we test an app, and then we can publish it on App Store. We have App Store for Apple devices, Google Play for Android, and we also have Windows application platform. All of these we'll have a look at. So these are some of the steps which are there in the mobile app development. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, moving on. So what are mobile application platforms? These platforms is a place where these apps are distributed. These are distribution platforms. Okay, so a mobile app distribution platform holds a collection of apps. So if you go to an app store, you have a particular section. You have a section for productivity. You have a section for entertainment. You have a section for messenger apps. You have a section for games. So all of these sections are there. And below these sections, you have your various applications which are there, right? So yes, so this platform offers mobile users to search for their favorite app. You can go to these mobile app platforms. You have a search bar over there. In that search bar, you can search for a particular application, and then you can download and install it on your mobile phone. So what are these applications? What are these mobile app platforms? You have App Store for Apple. You have Google Android. You have Windows Phone Store and App. So now in 2021, BlackBerry is not as popular as it was, but it does have an app store. It does have a mobile application platform. And the other ones which you'll be most familiar with is Android's Google Play and Apple's App Store. Right? So these are two prominent mobile application platforms, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So let's move on. Okay, let's take a look at App Store and how it evolved. So App Store was launched in 2008. And when it was launched, it had just about 500 apps. And within a year, the number of apps were increased to more than 5,000. And if you look at it today, there are more than 2 million applications which are available on your iPhone's App Store. And within the first week of its launch, there were 10 million downloads, right? So you can imagine the amount of apps and the variety of apps which are available on App Store. And in 2010, the word app was voted as the word of the year by an American agency, right? So you can imagine by 2010, the word app was so popular that it became word of the year. It's been almost 11 years now. And of course, the importance of these apps have increased, and we are all very well aware about it. So that is about App Store. Next comes our Google Play Store, which is very commonly used, right? So Google Play is a digital distribution service, and it is developed by Google. So whatever application needs to be downloaded on your mobile phone, on your Android mobile phone, you have to go on this Google Play Store, download the application, and then you install it on your mobile phone, right? Okay. So that is a very simple, example of these two examples, App Store and Google Play Store. I hope it's all clear. Nothing complex to understand, more simple than your biology classes.
Yes, sir.
Right? Your physics, chemistry, mathematics is simpler, right? To understand, because we use mobile applications so often in our lives that, it's very easy to understand. It's very easy to relate to what we are going through in this session. Okay, so we have apps for every gadget now, practically. Right from your smart TVs, you can actually play YouTube on your smart TVs. You can play Netflix, and even we have now refrigerators on which you have pre-installed apps. Right, so even starting from your watch to your television to your refrigerator, everywhere, the impact, the kind of web these applications have created. So that's huge, right? And nowadays you have a lot of apps to choose from, and there are there are games for action, shooting, mystery. So Temple Run happens to be one of my favorite games in my limited experience. And then you have Candy Crush and Angry Bird. Angry Bird was also a very famous game at one point, and still is, but I haven't
Yes,
played
sir.
Candy Crush, right? So I hope all of you have played either one of these three games or all of them.
Yes, sir. My mother plays
Right.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush
Yeah,
and
Aunt also plays Candy Crush.
what's that, Durga?
My aunt loves to play Candy Crush.
Yeah. So people of all ages, these games are, everyone finds them interesting. Very, very simple. And these are available through your mobile app platforms. As we discussed, your App Store, Google Play, Windows Store. So all of these things are available through these platforms. Now let's take a look at a few famous apps, right? So I'm sure these symbols would brighten up your eyes. Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, right? You're familiar with it? Right, so on a normal day, there are about 80 million photos shared on Instagram and about 3.5 billion likes. And YouTube is the second most visited site in the world, and about 37% of the internet traffic is occupied by YouTube. Okay, and there are about 210 million active Snapchat users. Snapchat is something to do with uploading pictures and all. And another interesting statistics is that 61% of Snapchat users are female. I don't know what's the reason behind it, but there's interesting piece of information for you all. Okay, so these are about some of the trending apps which are very famous among especially younger people, right? So you all would be able to relate to these applications, YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat. Okay, so it's time to get started and do the activity. Very fun. It's going to be fun since none of you have created an application before. You've not developed an application. You can consider it as your first step towards mobile app development. And I'm very sure you'll enjoy this activity. Okay. So this activity, we will create an app which is called Shake to Speech. So what will happen is, after we've created this application And when I use this application, when I shake my mobile phone, it will convert my text into speech. So whatever I write in the text box of the application, that text will be converted into speech. So that is what we'll do today through MIT App Inventor software that you have on your phone, and we will create an app on our computers. So for this, all we require is MIT App Inventor. And as always, we require some curious mind. Nakul, what time are you leaving?
So at 4:30.
Okay. All right, so let's get started. Give me a second. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please have your videos on. Karen. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go on Google, and in the Google search bar, we will write MIT App Inventor and click on search. Right, MIT App Inventor, and you'll see the first link, which is appinventor.mit.edu. So this is the website that we are working with today. So we'll click on this link. So this is the home page of this MIT App Inventor. So if you have already signed up, this is how it will look like. Otherwise, those who have not signed up, please sign up now. Otherwise, you will not be able to save your project. Yeah, everyone, do you have it on your computer screens, this website?
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you have any confusion with regard to the steps that we are doing in this activity, please do ask me. All right, so on top left of your screen, just beside MIT App Inventor, you have this option called Create Apps. So we'll click on Create Apps. Okay. So now we'll click on Start New Project. So when we click on Start New Project, it will ask you to enter the project name. So here you will write the project name. The project name should not have any space. So in place of space, you can use underscore, right? So I'm writing shake underscore to SPK11. You could give any name or any name to your project. And then when you have done that, we'll click on OK. And when we click on OK, this is how your screen will look like. Yeah, please do it. Give a new project name to your project. Make sure there is no space. Even if you leave space, that space will automatically be converted into underscore. Okay, clear. Can we move on to the next steps? Everyone, yes, no? Is there anyone who's finding it difficult? Okay, do you have this mobile screen on your computer screen now? Okay, all right. So this is the computer. This is the mobile screen in which will be working our application. So what we'll do is the first step of this is to design the components, to design the interface of our application. So to do that, there is a section on the left of your screen. It's called user interface. Can you all see that user interface on the left of your screen? Yes, everyone. Everyone, can you all see that user interface section? and this user interface section, you have something called text box. Third last option in user interface is text box. Can you all see that? Yes, no, I want you
Yes,
to
sir.
acknowledge what I'm saying, yes or no.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what we'll do is we will drag this option, this text box using the mouse into our mobile screen like this. Right. So what we did is, first step, in the user interface section, we drag the text box into our mobile screen. Clear? Everyone, yes, no? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So there is a problem with this text box. The problem is that it is not fitting our mobile screen properly. It's like only fitting half of the mobile screen. So now we will fix this problem. To do that, there is a section on the right of your mobile phone screen. There's a section called components. So in components, you see text box 1. So we'll click on text box 1. And just besides component section, you have properties. Just besides component, you have properties. You scroll down, you see an option for width. Can you see that width? Yes. So we'll click on width. And here we have an option called fill parent. We'll choose fill parent and click OK. So what this has done is it has made our text box fit into our mobile screen properly. Right? So I'll give you a quick 10 seconds to do this step. Very simple. Is it clear, everyone, how to make this text box fit into the screen? Any confusion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Clear.
good. Okay, let's move on to the next steps. Now, again, we'll work with the section which is there on the left of our screen. Now, what we'll do is we'll scroll down and there's a section called media. We'll click on media. And in media section, we have something called text to speech. Can you all see that? Text to speech.
Yes, sir.
Yes, again, we will drag this text to speech into our mobile phone. But this text to speech is a non-visible component of our mobile application. Okay, so there are two components of mobile application. One is a visible component and the other one is a non-visible component. So visible component is something which is obviously visible to you and it's working in the application. On the other hand, we have something called non-visible component, which is working in the application, which is present, but it's not visible to you, right? So this text to speech is a non-visible component of our mobile application. Is it clear? Have you done this step? Okay.
Yes.
Devanandita, you've done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now we need a sensor, right? So when I shake my mobile phone should have a sensor that is being shaken, and now it needs to convert my text into speech, right? So for this, we need a sensor. So scroll down, you have an option for sensors. You click on sensors in the same section. You'll find the first option, which is accelerometer sensor. So in this sensor section, we will drag this first option, accelerometer sensor, into our mobile phone screen. And this again is a non-visible component. Clear? So how many visible components do we have? visible component?
One.
One visible
One.
component. And how many non-visible components do we have?
Two.
Two. Right, so we have designed the layout of our application now. This is it. Now it's time to form the logic. So in a mobile app development, in the process, there is coding involved. The coding itself is a very complex language to understand. So what we'll do in this section is we have pre-designed blocks. So we will try to arrange those blocks and try to form a logic. Okay, so it's like somewhat like the Scratch application that we had worked with in our AI session. So it's somewhat similar to that. So what we'll do is we'll arrange those blocks and form a logic, right? So on top right of your screen, there is a section there is an option called blocks. Can you all see that? Top right of your screen.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
see blocks? Yeah. So we'll click on blocks. Please click on blocks. Done? Okay. Now you have on the left of your screen, these are various codes, pre-designed codes which are there. And all we need to do is try to form a logic. All right. So there is an option called Accelerometer Sensor. Can you all see that? Accelerometer Sensor 1. Everyone, Vismaya, Hridaya, can you all see
Yes,
that?
sir, we can see.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we'll click on Accelerometer Sensor 1. And these are the codes that we have. So these are the list of codes, out of which we will require this second one, when do accelerometer sensor 1 shaking. So we'll drag this block out like this. So this is the first step of our logic formation. Right? Clear? Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll click on text to speech 1. There is above accelerometer sensor, you have an option called text to speech 1. Click on it. And again, we have these blocks which are there, and out of them we'll use, okay. Yeah, we'll use this third block, drag this third block out and put it between your first block like this. Clear, everyone? Done? Okay. Karen, have you done it? Okay. Karen, Priyanka, your videos are off. Yeah, you've done it, Karen and Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what we'll do is we'll click on text box 1. There is an option called text box 1. Click on it. And you scroll below, scroll down. And okay, we have an option called text box 1 text. This block, we'll take out this block, text box 1 text. Take this block out and put it where I have put it. Yeah, done. So which
Yes,
one,
sir.
coding, which part do you think is more complex, the Scratch or this website? Do you find Scratch more friendly, or are you finding this one simpler than Scratch, or Scratch is simpler than this one?
I don't know, so they seem pretty similar.
Okay, it's similar. right? So for now, for this activity, this is all our coding. This is the logic part. That is all that there is to the logic part. So this step also is completed. Now what we'll do is we'll again click on designer. On top right of your screen, you have option called designer. We'll click on it and it brings us back to our mobile screen. Okay. Now we need MIT application in our
Excuse me,
mobile
sir.
phones. I hope. Yeah. Yes, Durga.
It's showing some internal error occurred.
Where have you completed the logic part?
No, sir. When I clicked on text box 1.
Okay. So what you have to do is you have to start with accelerometer sensor, then move on to the text to speech and text box 1. And you have to, have you been able to do it?
When
Have you?
I could do first 2 steps. When I did not
Okay.
text box 1, I couldn't.
Okay, you can try doing it again, or you can share your screen with me.
So it's showing host disabled participant sharing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Give me a second. Yes. Go on, please.
So can you see?
Okay. Yes. Please click on text box 1. Okay. An internal error has occurred. You can try reloading this website. Try to reload it. Yeah, you can click on it. Click on it. Yeah. Click on shake to speak. It's not working.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now it came, sir.
Okay. Continue. Right click on blocks. Yeah. Please click on blocks. Now you can try doing it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you have to take out text box 1 text. Yeah. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah. Further down.
It's showing accelerometer sensor.
No, you have to go further down, Durga. There is a text box called text box 1 text. Yeah, it's further down. Yeah. You'll find it at the end. Yeah, drag it.
So I'm using a touchpad.
Okay. You drag it down. There'll be a block called text box 1 text. Not been able to do it. Okay. Yeah. Go down. Yes. Yeah. Stop there. There is a block called text box 1 text. You drag it and then you put it in front of your purple block just after speak message. Yes. That's it. Yeah. Now you have to click on designer on top right of the screen and you can stop screen sharing.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Now, I hope everyone has this MIT application on your mobile phones. It's a very small application. In case any one of you has not downloaded it, please do it now. And now there is an option called Connect. On top of your screen, just beside project, you have an option called Connect. We'll click on Connect and then we'll click on AI Companion. So what it will do is it will give us the QR code. Now we'll open MIT application on our mobile phones. Right, so I have this MIT application on my mobile, and then we'll choose the option scan QR code. So when I scan QR code, this application will be obtained on my mobile phone. So it's getting loaded. Yeah. So now I have this similar layout on my screen, mobile phone screen. Can you all see that? I have a text box over here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want everyone to respond to this when I ask something. Do you see a text box on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Everyone? Okay, so now we can write anything in text box, and then when we shake our mobile phone, it will convert my text into speech, right? So start with, I'll write, hello, everyone. So when I write hello, everyone in my mobile phone text box, and then when I shake it,
hello, everyone.
It will convert my text into speech. Can you all hear that?
Everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Yes, sir, we can hear that.
Yes. So you can write anything in the text box, and then when you shake your mobile phone,
Everyone.
it will convert whatever you have written into speech. Can you do that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
I got it.
Hello, everyone.
Karen, have you been able to do it? Karen, Priyanka.
So Karen said something, we couldn't hear her.
Yeah, I'm asking everyone, has everyone, have been able to do it? Do you have this text box? Is your text getting converted into speech?
In between came and I wasn't able to do this. What?
Karen, can you please repeat yourself? I didn't understand what you said. Can anyone else hear Karen? I can't hear her.
Hello, sir.
I couldn't hear her completely. She said she couldn't do something.
Yes, Karen, what is it?
Sir, I wasn't able to do what this the part from the connect. I wasn't able
Okay,
to do
so
the rest.
have you
all I did.
completed the logic part?
Yes,
Logic part is done. Now
Yes.
all you have to do is click on connect and then click on AI companion. So what that will do is it will generate a QR code, right?
Okay.
It will generate a QR code, and then you'll open the application on your mobile phone. And when you scan that QR code, you will have a similar text box layout on your mobile phone screen, right? So when you write something in that text box, that text will be converted into speech when you shake your mobile.
Okay,
Yeah, please do it. Priyanka, have you done it?
Sir.
Can you speak a little louder?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, very faint. Can you speak a little louder? Maybe yours.
Now can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, it's better. Have you done this activity?
Yes, sir. I did it.
Okay. Hridaya, Devanandita, Vismaya?
Yes,
Done?
I got the results also.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Mine also worked.
Okay, good. Right, so there is a little another issue that we'd address now. You know, mobile applications are something, you know, which are already there in our mobile phone. Now to operate this application, every time we need to operate it, we will scan the QR code. So to fix this issue, what we'll do is we'll click on build. Please click on build. And when you click on build, it will give you two options. First is to save the APK in your computer. And then second option is to provide a QR code. So QR code is a much simpler option. So we'll click on provide QR code for APK. Click on it. And what it will do is it will again generate a QR code. Yeah, it's getting loaded. Now I have a QR code on my screen, and again, I'll open the application and I'll scan the QR code. So when I scan the QR code, it will give me an option to download this application. Right? Can you all see that? It's saying, okay, there is a warning, this type of file can harm your device, but it's harmless, it won't harm your device. So you'll click on OK. And now it's getting downloaded. When you open it, it will ask you whether you want to install this application. Okay, so you'll click on install. Yes, so now your app is installed on your phone and you can use it whenever you want to use it without having had to scan the QR code again and again. Right? I hope it's clear.
Sir, for me, it's still loading.
Okay, let it load. It may take some time. So what we did is we clicked on build and then we choose the QR code option. When we scan the QR code, it will give us an option to install this application on our phones. After having installed this application, it will remain in our mobile phone as long as we want, and we can use it whenever we feel like. Right? So this was all which is there for this activity. Now let's go back to our PPT. I hope your last step is clear to you all. How to save this application?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Hridaya, Devanandita, Vismaya, everyone clear? Okay, fine. So we've made an application and we've designed an application today, and we've used MIT App Inventor. Yes, so we have a few questions. Can you make other applications of your own on this platform? So this platform allows you to create many applications. So whenever, even after this session or afterwards, you can go onto this MIT App Inventor and you can explore what all things you can do and what all applications that you can create on it. And you'll realize it's a very vast software. It will allow you to create a range of mobile applications. So it's a very useful tool for someone who is just starting out into mobile app development, right? So it's a good platform, as I said, for the beginners who are starting out into mobile app development without getting into the complexities of coding, right? So it's a good start. Yeah. So, and all the applications you want to create in it, all you have to do is just be creative and explore more options that you have in this software, right? Okay. Now, please pay attention, everyone. The home activity for this session, there are two parts of the home activity. So I'll be sending home activity slide in the WhatsApp group after the session. So you can go through it. You have two parts in the home activity. The first part is make at home, and the second part is innovate at home, right? So the application that we created, don't you think it's very boring to look at, very unattractive, right? You'd agree? So if you're creating
Yes,
an
sir.
application, you are an app developer, you also have to make sure that your application is visually attractive. You know, it attracts the users, right? So that is something that we will address in this make at home. So you'll make your application more attractive by adding a title and a few background images. You can add background images and you'll choose a theme. Why are we doing this? Because we want to make our application more visually appealing to the users. So that is your make at home. You'll share the link of your application in the WhatsApp group. Then comes our innovate at home activity. Please pay attention, very interesting. So a few decades back, mobile devices could speak back to you whatever you typed in it. Right, but today we have something like Siri, Google Assistant, and Cortana, and they are so the level of technological advancement has taken place so much that they can actually have a conversation with you. If you have Siri on your devices or your Google Assistant on Cortana, you can actually tell them, "Hi Siri, just tell me a joke." You know, Siri will tell you a joke. And so it goes the same like with Google Assistant and Cortana also. So they're like, they can actually hold a conversation with you, right? So I hope everyone's aware of Siri, Google Assistant, and Cortana. Either one of them?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, no?
I have
Okay.
Alexa, sir.
Right. So yeah, Alexa also there. Right. So what I want you to do in this innovate at home activity, you will try to answer after conducting a research, how do you think this technology will become further advanced in future? How do you think that this technology will evolve in future? How will it look like, say, 10 years, 20 years from now, right? So I want you to answer this question, and these activities have to be done in a video format, right? It's to be done in a video format. The video is to be less than 3 minutes, and then you'll either go on Instagram, on Facebook, upload, and please tag us at Bbox Labs. And depending on your the score you get, which will depend 50% on your likes, comments, and shares, and 50% on your internal assessment that we'll do at Bbox Labs. And at the end of the month, we'll have a winner. So this particular month, the winner will get VR goggles, virtual reality goggles. And at the end of third month, the winner will get a telescope, right? So that's not only your opportunity to win these prizes, but also, conduct your research, build on whatever we have learned in these sessions, right? So also increase your knowledge, and at the same time, it's your opportunity to win these exciting prizes, right? So I'll be sending this slide, this home activity slide. Please go through it after the session, and please do ask me if you have any confusion. Okay, let's just quickly discuss the future scope. Right, so with growth of IoT, which stands for Internet of Things, everything can be controlled at your fingertips. So health sector in particular, it'll get connected with this advancement, especially with the pandemic which has been going on, and we now realize that the significance of healthcare is very huge in our lives. So health sector is extensively researching on mobile apps that can record health status, and using artificial intelligence, it will give you reports on your health, whether you're a healthy person, whether you need some medical attention. So all these things will become part of our future. A lot of these things are happening. We already have some applications which can actually track our health status, right? Again, you all are aware of smartwatches?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Smartwatches?
Yes. Yes, it can
Yeah.
track your
So we wear these smart
heart rate.
steps. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone wanted to say something?
So I just said that you can like track your heart rate.
Yeah, using the smartwatch, you can track your heart rate, your pulse, your fitness status, right? How much you've run, if you go for a walk, how much you've walked. All these things can be tracked through these smart watches, right? So you wear them on your wrist. You know what will happen in future? Now in 2021, we wear them on our wrist. In future, we'll have a possibility that these watches will be directly embedded on your skin, so that you can forget about wearing them again and again, right? So they'll get directly embedded on your skin, and that might become a reality in future. See, laser keyboards are another thing which are available across the market, but scientists and a lot of innovators are working on it to create smartphones like it. Okay, so that is also something which will evolve in the future. So that is all for today's session. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your
Yes, sir.
first introduction to mobile app development. Priyanka, please start your video. We're almost winding up the session. Yeah. So is there any difficulty that you faced with regard to mobile app development, or was it a very simple activity? You found it simple, or did you find it difficult?
Sir, today's activity was easy.
Yeah. So compared to Scratch, this activity was much less complex. But again, this is your first step towards mobile app development. So this session was about Wonder Apps 1. Next session will be about Wonder Apps 2. We'll create a similar application using the same platform. So that is it for today's session. If you do have any questions, please do ask me now, or later in the WhatsApp group, I'll be sending the home activity slides. And I would want everyone to take part in this activity, not just because of the prize that you'll win, but also it will increase your own knowledge, and it'll make you well versed with camera also, right? So I would want
sir.
everyone to do this activity, and after you have uploaded the videos, please do share the link. Please do share the link in WhatsApp group that we have for the batch, so that it becomes easy for us to track the videos and all that. Right? Any questions?
Okay, sir.
No, sir.
No? Yes?
No.
Okay. Right. So that's all for today's session. I'll see you next week. Please do submit the home activities, share the link, and please do ask me if you have any doubts. Right. That's all from my end. Take care and goodbye. See you next week.